It's your boy back in here in the game, back in the game, doing my thing. So yes, man, we're here for football battles, and it's two strikers that people call amongst the best strikers of their generation, maybe even arguably top 10 of all time, and that of course is your boy Karim Benzema and your boy Cannibal Suarez. So without further ado, let's get it on. What's the first one? Shooting. So remember, when we're doing this, this is them at their peak. This is them at their peak and them at their very best. So for shooting, you know what? Let's flip that. For shooting, them at their very best, I am gonna go with Benzema. I feel that when you look at the mirror of Benzema's goals, the range and so forth, I just think that because remember, shooting is, okay, how good are you in the box? How good are you outside of the box? How good are you left and right? So shooting is similar to finishing. So how many different ways can you finish? Can you shoot in the box, outside of the box, with several of the defenders, tight angle, tight things? Very close, because both of these guys were freaking money. This is them at their peak, but I have to give it to Benzema. So for shooting, I'm going to have to roll with Benzema for that skill precise. So Benzema gets that. 1v1. Got to roll with the dude, man. I think this dude, I just think because of his skill level, his amazing ability, got to roll with Jaws, man. Cannibal, I think, was for 1v1. Benzema's pretty good, but I felt at the heights, just because of Cannibal's great ability and skillinski, I think he wins this 1v1 skill. So for me, 1v1, so in a 1v1 situation, me versus you, the keeper and so forth, what are you able to do? I think Cannibal was definitely more likely of a dude to say what's up. So Cannibal gets that, bro. Aerial. Easy. This is super easy, because I think for this other dude, I just don't think that he had that great aerial ability. I think most of the work that he did was mostly on the ground, mostly on the grass, and that's mostly where he was able to say what's up. So for that aerial ability, I'm gonna have to roll with your boy Big Ben. So Benzema gets that score. I think, look, Benzema's that kind of dude. We've seen it many times. And I think, put it this way, Benzema ain't, his aerial I don't think is as good as Drogba's or as good as Cristiano's or even freaking Pele's. But compared to the Cannibal, there's no contest there, because I just think that Benzema has a strong aerial game. Cannibal hardly had a freaking aerial game. How many headers or aerial goals did Cannibal score in comparison to Benzema? Not a lot. So for me, aerial goes to Benzema there. Ball control. It's close. This is close. This is definitely close, because both of these guys are real good. Remember, guys, we're taking these guys at their peak. We're taking these guys at the heights of your game. And I think there is a great argument between both of them in terms of who had better ball control. Who had better ball control? Who had a better ball control? But, pour moi, I have to roll with Benzema here. Got roll with Benzema. I think Benzema's ball control, I think, was more money. I think it had more Lacatini than thing, because some of the things that Benzema has done is just freaking incredible. You know, just the way in which he's able just to manipulate the ball in very difficult, tough situations and so forth, for me, is a strong, massive, great reason why he's got to say also for ball control. I'm about to give it to your boy Karim Benzema, the big Benzema boy. Dribbling, the better dribbler. Both are good. Both are good. But we're dealing with guys at the peak. We're dealing with guys at the very best. We're dealing with guys at the top of their game. We're dealing with the guys who are really at the top, when they could really look down and say, yo, what a baby. And for that reason, had to give it to the Cannibal. Cannibal was a problem. And the ways in which he would colo guys and the ways in which he would beat guys from very difficult positions was crazy. Benzema was also a damn good dribbler. Pete Cannibal was different. Pete Cannibal did some things. He didn't do some things, he did some things. So between these two, Cannibal's dribbling was just on a higher freaking level than I think Benzema. And I just think because he was such a skillful player, I think that's actually one of his strongest attributes is his dribbling skill in comparison to Benzema. For that reason, he gets that dribbling skill, bro. Balance. Balance. Gotta give this to Benzema here. Big Benz. I think Big Benz wins. I think for Cannibal, I don't think balance was one of his strongest points. But I think for Benzema, you definitely really could see him in the way, like, because he has to do so much for Real Madrid and he has such a great role in the Real Madrid team. He plays deep and he'll be carrying the ball, boom, boom, boom. Like during the MSN, Iniesta, Rakitic, they did that. Even for Liverpool, the other guys in the midfield, they did that. But for me, Benzema, he's in the midfield. He's in the trenches. So he's really launching the attacks. So because he's launching the attacks from midfield, you see a greater display of his balance as opposed to Cannibal Suarez. That's why for that balance skill, I'm going to give it to your boy, Benzema. Technique. Who gets this, man? Technique. This is close. This is very close because both of these guys could definitely say what's up. Both of these guys, highly technically skilled, high technical ability. So this is real close. This is real freaking close. And you could go either way. You could most definitely go either way in this skill set. So it's tough. It's tough. But I'm going to make an executive decision. I've got to come in and make something happen. So for that reason, I gave it to Cannibal Suarez. It was close. It was really close. But I'm looking at Cannibal Suarez at his peak. So that's Liverpool. And you see the first two seasons with MSN. Some of the things that he did and the way that he did them was crazy. Some of the goals that he scored, the way he scored those goals, the way he got past players. It's close because Benzema's also done some things, but I'm comparing between both of them. Got to give it to your boy Cannibal Suarez. I think Cannibal Suarez is just very small. Secondly, we're able to say what's up more. Anti-brickness. See, anti-brickness, remember, we're not looking over your whole career. So, anti-brickness is the only attribute where we push aside your peak and let's say throughout the entirety of your career, how many times will you brick? How many times will you brick? How strong is your anti-brickness repellent? And pour moi. Got to give it to the Cannibal. People have pulled up receipts and so forth, and I still defend it. There was a time when Benzema was a bona fide brick. And for me, even when Cannibal was struggling for Barcelona, where he didn't hardly score in any UCL away games and so forth, Cannibal never stooped as low as Benzema did, in my opinion. I don't think Cannibal ever was inducted in the Brick Academy. And even if he was, he didn't reach to the higher echelons that Benzema did. And for Benzema, he was once a brick. But then he's now a freaking tier 1 dude and was even chief Oga for a period of time. So for anti-brickness, have to give it to Cannibal. Clutch. More clutch. Who's been able to be more clutch? Who's been able to be more clutch? It's a tricky one here, bro. It's a tricky one here. But for me, remember, we're dealing with, this is guys at their very best. So for me, because of that, I'm gonna have to say Benzema. I think Benzema was that dude, man. Because the amount of time that Benzema has bailed out Real Madrid is too much. For MSN, how many times did he have to really bail out Barcelona? Even when he was for Liverpool, he had an amazing, stupendous season. How many times did he have to really bail out Liverpool and so forth? For Benzema, so many times is, winning goal. he got an equalizer. Oh, he brought the goal back. Time and time again, he's literally had to carry Real Madrid on his shoulders. And for me, he has way more clutch moments than I think Cannibal Suarez. That is why for me, he takes that clutch skill. So yeah, then we have it. The score there, Benzema 5, Cannibal 4. Benzema 5, the Cannibal 4. And that's what it is. That's how we end. That is the end of the freaking roll. And that's how we roll through. That's how we roll through. It's 5-4. Benzema wins that. He freaking takes it home. And guys, comment below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? What do you have to say about your freaking dude? Whatever it may be, I will try my best to answer some of your Brooks comments, and I'll see you guys next Wednesday for another beautiful, amazing football battle. One love. Become a patron member. Get access to exclusive videos, and also get access to the podcast, to the Saturday and the Sunday hangouts. Head over to patreon.com/halfup to gain all these goodies while also supporting your boy HH.